Okay, I think we've got a good number of people here today. Thank you everyone for being here tonight, for joining us. My name is Eloina Rogers and I am on the Outreach and Engagement team here at the California Mortgage Relief Program. I would like to introduce Assemblymember Chris Ward from the 78th District in Central San Diego. He's currently the Speaker Pro Tem of the California State Assembly, and we're honored to have his support in helping us spread the word about the assistance available through the California Mortgage Relief Program. Assemblymember Ward, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Eloina, and hello, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here with you all this evening. As Eloina said, my name is Chris Ward, and I have the honor of representing the 78th Assembly District. This includes the majority of the city of San Diego and northern portions of the city of El Cajon. And I want to thank everyone for attending this webinar to learn about the California Mortgage Relief Program in partnership with Cal HFA Homeowner Relief Corporation. I'm happy to host this webinar and share critical resources to assist homeowners get caught up on some of their past due housing payments and property taxes. Now, the state of California acted during the pandemic, and we prioritized over $1 billion for the California Mortgage Relief Program, which has helped over 12,000 households so far. These funds will be available until they have been allocated, and recently expanded eligibility requirements means that more people are able to apply. So if your household qualifies, you could benefit from the assistance. The Cal HFA Homeowner Relief Corporation is here at this webinar to assist you and explain the application process and eligibility requirements. Now, before we hear from our guests about this great program, I'd like to take just a minute and update you on some of the things that I've been working on here at your state capitol. Redistricting took effect in December of 2022, and so I'm already engaging with constituents who are new to the 78th Assembly District. After a successful legislative year in 2022, I'm proud to announce that 11 of my bills were signed into law, bringing a total of 18 bills during my first legislative session. These bills addressed a lot of issues, including housing, infrastructure, substance abuse, homelessness, and workers' rights, to name a few. Now, there's still a lot of work to do, as we know, as we begin the 2023 legislative session, and I'm looking forward to some of the positive impact that these new laws will have for the people of California. I'm also honored, as Eloise had mentioned, that to announce that I was appointed the Speaker Pro Tempore of the California Assembly by my colleagues and chosen to serve as the Vice Chair for the California LGBTQ Caucus. These new leadership positions will allow me a stronger platform to bring forward legislation and improve the quality of life for all Californians. For the current legislative session, I've introduced my legislative package, which is now located on my Assembly website, with bills that will help solar energy, water management, affordable housing, safety and privacy, the environment, and protections for our LGBTQ community. I invite you to stay up to date with my office regarding bills coming up to the legislature and register, more importantly, any opinions that you have. So you can reach out to my district office if you require any assistance with state-related issues. And of course, follow me on social media channels for regular, up-to-date information. Now, I hope that you find today's webinar helpful, and I want to thank our guests from Cal HFA Homeowner Relief Corporation in advance for joining us here to present on these issues. The Mortgage Relief Program is an amazing program set aside by the state of California with a goal of ensuring Californians keep their homes, albeit any recent financial hardships they may be enduring. I also want to thank everyone for taking the time out of your evening to attend this webinar. And one last note before we start, I wanted to inform you that this webinar is being recorded for anybody who was unable to attend that you think might want to learn some of this information, or if you want to go back and review some of the information that you may have missed. I'll make sure that we house this as well on my YouTube channel and on my Assembly website. Now, with that, I will pass it back over to Eloina Rogers with the California Cal HFA Homeowner Relief Corporation for our presentation. Thank you very much.
And thank you. I know that name is a mouthful. Everyone's going to become very familiar with it over this, the next 30 minutes or so. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to share my screen here. Let's go ahead. Here we go. All right, you can see it okay? Excellent. Okay, so thank you, Assemblymember Ward. Today, as Assemblymember Ward mentioned, I will be going over a program overview of the California Mortgage Relief Program. Now, some of you may have already attended one of these webinars in the past, so some of the information might be a little bit familiar, and some of the information will be new. I will also be going over general information. So even if this is your first time viewing this webinar or hearing about the program, by the end, hopefully you'll have a good understanding on what this program is about. So some of the topics that we're going to cover today are going to be we're going to go over the updates for the program. We'll take a look into who is eligible. We'll also talk about how and where you can apply. We'll also be going over some useful information about fraud and scams. And I'll be providing some additional resources information throughout the presentation as well. We also will go over how you can help get the word out about this program. And at the end, we'll also discuss where you can get answers to your questions and help with your application. All right, so first we're going to start with this high-level overview of the program. $1 billion in federal funds were allocated to California as part of a broader COVID relief effort from the American Rescue Plan Act's Homeowner Assistance Fund. The goal of the program is to be able to provide a fresh start to homeowners who have faced financial hardships because of the pandemic by helping with past due mortgage payments, unpaid property taxes, partial claim second mortgages and loan deferrals, and reverse mortgage arrearages. These grants never have to be paid back, and eligible homeowners can receive up to $80,000 toward their past due mortgage bills per household, or up to $20,000 for missed property tax payments per household. Qualified applicants may return for additional support even if they've already received funding for up to a maximum of $80,000. So if you already received assistance through this program and you need some additional assistance, you can come back and see if you may be eligible. These grants can cover multiple areas of need. So for example, if you have past due mortgage payments, property tax payments, loan deferrals, it can cover multiple areas. And this is actually an update to the program. So previously, if you had received a grant, you could not come back and apply for additional assistance, but now you can. And again, that's up to a maximum of $80,000. It's estimated that this program will help between 20 to 40,000 households in California. And grants are distributed on a first come, first served basis. So what are some of the ways that the program can help? There are 4 different options. The first is the mortgage relief assistance, and then we have property tax assistance, partial claim and loan deferral assistance, and reverse mortgage assistance. And I'll be going over these in details over the next few slides. I'd like to begin by going over what we call the core requirements. So all applicants must meet these core requirements in order to be eligible for assistance. And the first one of these is that the applicant must have faced a pandemic-related financial hardship, which could either be a loss of income or an increase in household expenses. An example of this would be for example, if you lost your job as a result of the pandemic and you were unable to pay your mortgage payments, that could be a loss of income. Another example would be an increase in living expenses, such as an additional family member perhaps had to come and live with you, or you had an increase in medical bills, or any other number of reasons related to the pandemic. The second is that the applicant must meet the area median income requirement. And the income of all persons over the age of 18 who live in the household will be taken into consideration for this requirement. And I'll be going over this specific requirement in a later slide in a little bit more detail. The third is that the homeowner must own and occupy the home. In the home can have up to 4 units on the property. So this would include a condo, duplexes, fourplexes, etc. You can only own one home, and it cannot be owned by a business such as an LLC. I'd like to note that it's very important to meet all of the requirements, not just these 3. And they are outlined in a table on the Who is Eligible page of the CA Mortgage Relief website. So if you wanted to take a look at those requirements in detail, they are available on the Who is Eligible page of the website. Okay, so first up, I'd like to take a look at some of the key facts for the mortgage assistance that's available. Homeowners with past due mortgage payments can receive assistance. The homeowner must be behind by 2 mortgage payments before March 1st of 2023. If you are not behind by 2 payments by that date, then you will not be eligible for assistance. You can receive up to $80,000 in assistance, and the payments would go directly to the mortgage servicer. And again, if you'd like to take a more detailed look at all of the requirements for the mortgage assistance, those are available on the Who is Eligible page of the camortgagerelief.org website. There is also assistance available with partial claims and loan deferrals. So while many homeowners took action during the COVID-19 pandemic to restructure their mortgages in order to save their homes, some are now facing large payments at the end of their mortgage. And we at the program wanted to give those homeowners the same opportunity that we are giving to those who are behind on their payments, which is a fresh start by offering assistance to reduce or eliminate those partial claim second mortgages or loan deferrals that they took starting in January of 2020. These are funds to help homeowners who may be caught up on some missed payments, but have a large payment hanging over their heads because they missed monthly payments during COVID. And I'd like to note that there are different types of partial claims, and we only cover pandemic-related partial claim second mortgages or loan deferrals taken during or after January of 2020. There is also assistance available for homeowners with reverse mortgages. There is the assistance payment of owed taxes and any forced place insurance on reverse mortgage loans to fully reinstate them to a current status. And homeowners would need to provide copies of their tax and insurance bills showing that amount that is due. Another form of assistance that is available is property tax assistance. So this specific line of assistance is for people who owe payments directly to their counties and that are current on their mortgage or do not have a mortgage and have missed at least 1 payment by March 1st of 2023. Other types of property tax assistance can be covered through the other options that I explained earlier. So they are available. So for example, if the property taxes are bundled with the mortgage payments, or if they're passed due with a reverse mortgage, then they would be covered through those other assistance avenues. This one is specifically for those who are only owing to their counties. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about, or maybe a refresher, but where you can find that information. Again, it's on the Who is Eligible page on the CA Mortgage Relief website. And you can see it, the link to it is located at the top, or if you're looking at it on your phone, it's located in the menu. So you can click on that and you'll be able to see a table view of all of the requirements as to they relate to the different assistance options. Okay, so I'd like to circle back on this specific requirement, which is the area median income. So what is the area median income, or AMI for short? It was developed by HUD and it determines eligibility for many government programs. AMI represents the maximum income allowed for this program by the U.S. Treasury. For the California Mortgage Relief Program, AMI varies by county and household size. So if you look at the map here, you can see that the AMI for Alameda, for example, is different from those other counties, and that's because the cost of living is different for each of those counties. And the example shown here is showing for a household size of 4. We've made it easy to find what your AMI is. and we created a calculator. That calculator is located in the middle of the homepage of the camortgagerelief.org website. And it's very simple to use. You enter your county and then the number of people in your household, and you click go. It's important to note that, as I mentioned earlier, that all of the income of those 18 and over that live in your household will be considered and counted toward your household income. So once you've entered that information there and you've hit go, it will generate a number. And if your income is at or below that number that it generated, then you may be eligible for assistance. So let's talk about how the program works. Now, I'm going to put that on pause a little bit. Before you apply for assistance, we actually encourage homeowners to talk to their servicer or to a housing counselor to review other options that may be available and make sure that this program is the best option for you, because it could be that there's something else out there that might be more beneficial than the mortgage relief program. But, if you find out this is a good fit, or if you decide, you want to apply, the first step would be to go to the website and hit the apply button. Your mortgage servicer does need to be participating, and you can check if they're signed up by visiting our website to view the full list, which is updated regularly to make sure that it's current. And that list can be found on the About page of the website. So after you apply, your application will be reviewed, and if you meet the requirements, your application will be approved. I would like to note that during that review process, your reviewer might have some questions or need some additional documentation. So keep an eye out on your email or in the application portal for any messages from your reviewer. And then that way the process can be a little bit more streamlined. And there is a little bit of back and forth between the program and the servicer and the homeowner to validate the information, delinquency amount, things like that. And this is to help protect against fraud. So once you've gone through the process and your application, if you meet all of the requirements, is approved, then you would be brought back to being 100% caught up on whatever type of assistance that you need, and you'll have that fresh start. As a reminder, the assistance that you receive through this program is free and it does not need to be paid back. A lot of people have a hard time believing that you can get that much money for free, but it's true. It's true. It's a real program. And one more thing before I move on, I'd like to mention that if you're in bankruptcy or in foreclosure, it's not too late to apply. So now that we know how the process works, how do you actually apply? So the application is only available on the camortgagerelief.org website, and you can apply by clicking on that orange button located on the top right-hand corner of the website. And if you are using your mobile phone to apply, you can find that button in the menu section. So the application itself is available in many different languages. You can see the options at the top of the page. And if the language that you need isn't listed there, you might want to check the settings on your browser. Sometimes they have the capability of translating the pages for you. So I would just check the browser settings. Now, if you've already applied and you need to go back and take a look at your application or message your reviewer, there is a blue login button right below that Apply Now button, and you can log in and view your application or your status through there. And okay, so then once you actually click that Apply Now button, you will be taken to another page where it will ask you for a few questions to determine if you're eligible. And if it determines that you might be eligible, then it will let you fill out an application. And you can fill out that application on your phone or on a computer. Sometimes it could be easier filling it out on your phone because you can take pictures of the documents that you'll need with your phone. I would just recommend making sure that when you're taking those pictures, that you take it in a place that has good lighting so that the text on the document is nice and visible, And then if you can, hold the camera very steadily, so then that way the pictures don't come out blurry. If, let's say, you're filling out your application and you don't have enough time to complete it, or you need to come back and collect, or you need to go collect some documents or something, you can always save that application and come back and complete it at a different time. You can just log back in using that login button when you're ready. You do have, however, 30 days to complete the application. But if you have everything ready to go, all of your documents gathered, it should take under 30 minutes or so to complete it all. And so once you've submitted your application, if you have any questions or you'd like to check the status, you can check in the application portal, or you can also call the contact center, and their number is 1-888-840-2594. And it's actually listed at the bottom of all of the slides, along with the info email address. So if you have questions and you'd like to send an email message instead, that email is available as well. So what are some of the documents that you might need to apply? You'll need copies of your mortgage statement, bank statements, a utility bill that shows proof of residence, and income documentation such as pay stubs or tax returns. Or if you're unemployed, it could be an unemployment document. Please keep in mind that depending on your situation, and every situation is unique, you might need to provide additional documentation. So I recommend going into the portal and checking from time to time to see if there's any additional documentation that's being requested. And again, homeowners in active bankruptcy can apply to the program. They would just need a letter from the servicer and trustee. Now, let's say that you fill out your application and you still need additional help, or you have some questions. On the help page on the website, there is information about the different varieties of help that you can receive. The first one is the contact center. And as I mentioned, their number is listed at the bottom of all of the slides. They are open Monday through Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. PST. And assistance is available in over 200 languages. And if you'd like to send an email, again, that email address is info@camortgagerelief.org. All email messages received will be responded to within 3 business days or so. And there is also a list of frequently asked questions. So that might actually be a good place to start. And if you go to the help page and click on that FAQs button, it will direct you over to that list of frequently asked questions, and the question you have might be on there. So it's a good idea to check that out. And there's also some other valuable information in there as well. So there is also legal assistance available, and there might also be community-based organizations in your area that are able to provide in-person assistance. And you can go to the help page of the website and click on that CBO button, and it'll give you a list of all of the community-based organizations, and it has their location and contact information in there as well. Please excuse me for a moment. My eye is watering. Okay. All right, there we go. Much better. Okay, so there is information that we'd like to provide about fraud and scams. So in the mortgage and housing space, there is a lot of fraud. So we wanted to provide you with some information to help you avoid becoming a victim. And there are a lot of people out there trying to scam homeowners. So we just want you to be careful, and hopefully this information will help you stay safe. So some of the things that the scammers might do is that they might try to pressure you to act immediately. They might say that they might demand things and sound scary and urgent. They might ask you to pay someone with a cashier's check, PayPal, or wire transfer. They might even try to convince you to transfer the deed of your home over to them, or they might ask you to sign some papers. They could tell you to start making payments to someone that's not your servicer, lender, or county. And and they might tell you to stop making mortgage payments altogether. So some things to keep in mind when, about this program that are important to remember is that the program is provided as a free service with no application costs. The second is that the help that you receive never has to be paid back, and the money is in the form of a grant. Again, it does not need to be paid back. The third is that money that is awarded will be sent directly from the California Mortgage Relief Program over to the servicer or county tax collector. You won't need to do anything on your end to send money to anyone. So if somebody is asking you personally to send some money to someone somewhere, that's a red flag that it's a scam. We have more information about how to report, suspected fraud or scams, and additional resources regarding this information, and that is found on the Avoid Scams section of the website. So, okay. So this program is changing people's lives for the better, a great many people. And since its launch at the height of the pandemic, the California Mortgage Relief Program has distributed federal funds to nearly 12,000 California homeowners to help them stay in their homes. Over the past year, we've heard from homeowners who went from believing that they were going to lose their homes to experiencing joy and relief after receiving this free financial assistance. Take it from someone like Tuan, a homeowner in San Jose, who said, receiving assistance from the California Mortgage Relief Program is like a godsend. I was so worried about losing my house and what to tell my kids if we lost our house. With the help of the program, we were able to keep our home. The program is a miracle. It provided hope for my family. And it's folks like these who are quoted here, Angela, Anna, Tuan, that make us keep pushing, keep working for new and better ways to help California homeowners. Now, we could use some of your help as well. Now that we've gone over the details of the program, I'd like to invite you to help us spread the word about it. Our social media handles are listed here, and the more people that know about this program, the more people that we can help. And a way that you can help us with that is by sharing our content, post, retweet, put it in your story, whatever you can do to help get the word out about this program. Because as I mentioned before, the more people that know about it, the more people that we can help. And if you are an organization that provides resources to your communities, we have materials that you can download and distribute on our partner resources page. And the link for that can be found in the footer of the program website. Now, as much as we want to help every homeowner, we recognize that not everybody may be eligible for the program. So we recommend homeowners who do not qualify reach out to HUD certified housing counselor to review other options that may be available to them. There is a link to find one near you located on the program website on the homepage. It's kind of near the bottom. And I've also provided their phone number here, which is 1-800-569-4287. As I mentioned earlier, we have a variety of different resources listed on the help page of the website. And that website is listed here, their phone number with the hours here. So if you want to take a picture with your phone, or you can just go to camortgagerelief.org, all of that information is there for you. Now, we did receive some questions through the webinar registration, and I'll be answering those. If there are any case-specific questions that you have, or you'd like to talk about your specific circumstance, please reach out to that contact center. We want to make sure that we are protecting applicants' privacies, so we won't be discussing anything about a specific applications. And let me stop sharing. I'm going to switch over. Give me one moment. One moment. Going to pull up those questions really quickly. Thank you for your patience. Okay. So one of the questions that we received is, I understand that the primary purpose of the program is to assist those people who have been adversely affected by the pandemic. However, are there any conditions or situations that may qualify for this program? Example, other major illnesses and or hospitalizations. So because this program is funded by the federal government's American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, which was in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, one of the requirements for the program is that you must be facing a pandemic-related financial hardship. So for example, if a hospitalization related to the pandemic led to a financial hardship, then it is possible that you may be eligible. Again, we recommend visiting the website and taking a look at that complete eligibility questionnaire that is actually found on the Apply Now button, or reaching out to the contact center where they can review your specific circumstances and see if you may be eligible. Again, they're able to offer assistance in over 200 languages. So are seniors included on this program? So all homeowners, regardless of age, in California who have faced a pandemic-related financial hardship are encouraged to apply to see if they may be eligible for assistance. Another question we received. I was one of the hardest hit unemployed for almost 2 years because this program had not yet rolled out. All my past due COVID payments were included in a partial claim. And the program, so the answer to that is that the program can provide assistance to reduce or eliminate COVID-related partial claims, second mortgages, and loan deferrals. So received during or after January 2020. We recommend calling the contact center where they can discuss your specific situation to see if they may be eligible for assistance. And the reason we recommend that is because everyone's case can be very different. So it's great to be able to talk to somebody about your specific situation so they can really understand and help you see if you might be eligible. So it says, can I get help with rising interest rate of HELOC payments or property taxes on Social Security? Thank you. The program provides assistance with past due mortgage payments, past due property tax payments, and with partial claim second mortgage and loan deferrals. We recommend reaching out to a HUD certified housing counselor at 1-800-569-4287, or there's also the option to search online. And the link, again, is located at the bottom of the page on the home page, where you can check to see if there's a HUD certified housing counselor near you. And just really quickly, I'm actually going to put that screen back up with the slides so that you can see that contact information. There we go. Excellent. Okay. So, and this last question that we received, I'm a low-income family. I need help for property tax. Thank you. So the California Mortgage Relief Program does provide assistance with past due property tax payments. Up to $20,000 is available for property tax assistance. Again, please call that contact center number where they can discuss your specific situation. Visit the Who is Eligible page if you'd like to take a look at those requirements in detail. And yeah, do not hesitate to call us or contact us. Those are all of the questions that we received. And I'd like to thank Assemblymember Ward one more time for helping us spread the word about this program. And thank you to all the attendees who joined us here tonight to learn more. If you have any questions, again, please reach out to us, and we hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you.